Hi everyone, Marisa Stone here with Simon Says Social in the Systems Lounge, and I want to welcome you today to the 2018 International Women's Business Systems Virtual Summit, where you get to learn all about the systems that our speakers are using to get stuff done. And I am super excited to have Lisa Lieberman-Wang here to talk with us today about overcoming self-sabotage to build your business. Now, before all of you take off on me, I really want you to stick around and listen to this conversation, because we don't often realize how we stand in our own way. So before we begin, let me tell you a little bit about Lisa. So Lisa transformed her life from living with the pain of emotional abuse, date rape, being attacked by an employer, and as a Me Too survivor. She spent 13 years self-sabotaging herself. So if anybody knows this content, Lisa does. She was clinically depressed, using an eating disorder to escape it all. She suffered 6 hospitalizations and a heart attack at the tender age of 18. As difficult as her life was, it was through these challenges that Lisa found her purpose, serving and helping women. And she's been doing that for the past 25 years. Lisa is a relationship and emotional health breakthrough expert, and she's also the author of #1 international bestseller, FINE, which stands for effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. I love this. To FAB, which stands for fabulous, awesome, and beautiful. If you have not checked this publication out, girls, you definitely want to do so. She also created the neuroscience-based neuroassociative programming technique that she utilizes to help others heal in a very short period of time, so they can avoid the years of shame, blame, therapy, and all of that she experienced, and live an authentic, happy, healthy, and free life. Seen by millions on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CW, the Huffington Post, Your Tango, Empower Her, and oh my gosh, more. Help thousands of women overcome lifelong emotional challenges so that they can now live on purpose, fulfill their dreams, and create the prosperity that they've always desired. Executives and entrepreneurs alike choose to work with Lisa because she's not just a one-trick pony or a breakthrough expert or a relationship coach. She is a true business leader. She's created over $60 million in personal sales and in her prior corporate career, and led countless professionals, including herself, to their own multi-million-dollar businesses. So Lisa really knows her stuff. Her expertise reaches every aspect of your business. And Lisa understands that in your business actually reflects the owner. And when you're looking at business, you need to look at all the players. Lisa, I am so excited to have you here today to talk about this absolutely so important topic. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the summit.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here. I think it's an exceptional topic for every businesswoman out there.
Yes, most definitely. So let's just begin at the beginning for some people who may not know. What is self-sabotage?
Self-sabotage is what we do to ourselves when we're unconsciously outwitting ourselves, looking to get in our own way. It's when we think we're not good enough, that we have the stinking thinking showing up, where we're looking to be perfect and we won't do anything until we just get it just right, so we'll make it right. Or we think we need to learn more. I call it the overthinkers, where they think they need to learn so much more before they can progress and go further, because I don't know enough, right?
Right.
So before we know it, you have all this information, you have all these opportunities, but you find ways to get in your way. That's self-sabotage.
Wow. Wow. And that resonates with so many of us, right? So why should entrepreneurs be concerned with ending this self-sabotage?
Well, if you want to be successful, you need to stop self-sabotage, because there's no way. Right, that's it. It's like, how are you going to be successful if you're hurting yourself and you're getting in your way? It's like putting a roadblock there and saying, okay, I'm going. And all of a sudden it's like, nope, you're not. Stop. and
Yeah.
you have no idea why. And people just get lost in so many different diversions, which actually prevent them from succeeding, where it could be a fear of speaking to people. It could be thinking I need more information. It could be getting lost in social media and getting crazy thinking they need to do all this stuff when it'd be better delegated than doing it themselves, but they think that that's what they need to do. Another form of self-sabotage, right?
Right. Wow. And I love that you put it like that. You know, Todd Herman calls that getting in the weeds, right? That women busy themselves because that's what you're supposed to be doing. And what I'm hearing you say is, wait a minute, let's take a closer look at what's really happening. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So one of the things that you work with your clients on is realizing that they don't need any more tools. They don't need any more strategies. They don't need any more resources. And you alluded to this just a little bit. But let's be really clear here. We're not saying throw out all your plans and goals
No.
for building your business.
No.
Instead, what are we saying?
Well, I think it depends on where you are in your journey. If you've already been very educated, you know your craft, you know what you're exceptional at, you know who your ideal client is, your avatar, you have everything you need to go forward, but you're not. And then you think, well, I need this. And I need this system, and I need to go to this training, and I need to get this. And oh my God, this one has a better way to do it. It's almost like the flavor of the month.
Right.
And, right? It's like, okay,
or
well,
the week.
Or the week, you know, this is mint chocolate chip week, and this
Right.
is, you know, chocolate vanilla. And, you know, the idea is understanding that, yes, we need the information and the tools. They're imperative for your success, but knowing when you already have enough and it really requires action. It's about moving forward and doing what you know instead of let me get one more thing. And I can tell you, I'm one of those people, and I'm speaking from my own experiences. For years, I always thought I wasn't smart enough, pretty enough, skinny enough, you name it, I wasn't enough. And I always thought I needed to learn more. And what I found is where I used to use depression and disordered eating and other forms of self-sabotage, I started using tools and webinars and growth, and you're here watching a webinar. So here, this would be like a perfect example, right? And I don't want you to stop watching now, stay with us. But what it is that, you know, you keep looking for the next thing that will be the answer to the challenge, and which there might not be one, because
Right.
you think you need to know more. And what you really need to do is do what you know. And too many people get caught up and limit themselves and slow their pace of success down because they think there's something else they need before they get there. There's something else I need to do. There's a post I have to do on social media when 3 to 5% of the people are seeing it, and you think, and you don't even have a big enough pool to be swimming in, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
there's so many variables.
Yeah. And that makes so much sense. It's like take a step back and really start looking internally and determine whether or not you really do need that thing or maybe something else is going on. So one of the things that you work with your clients on is eliminating these emotional walls. And I know all too well about those emotional walls, but can you tell the audience what are those and how do we eliminate them?
Well, I mean, the emotional walls has to do with the fact of thinking I'm not good enough, I won't be received, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, and realize that when we say to ourselves we're not good enough, we say I'm not good enough and I feel like I won't be loved. And you're saying, well, why would I say that about a customer? Well, it's more like, will I be accepted? Will they want to work with me? Am I enough? Will they, you know, what will they think of me? And how do I deliver this? And is my prices too high? Is it too low? You know, all the other stuff that you go on to. And no matter how much education, you can tell someone's worthiness and deserving based on even what they represent, what the product is they're selling. Are they giving it away? Are they over delivering because they don't think it's enough? Or are they giving everything they can think of to give it to them to say, buy with me? And I'm like the complete opposite of that. My thing is, I don't want someone to give me, you know, the encyclopedia for me to read every single journal because I don't have the time. I'd rather pay someone to give me the crib note version and tell me exactly what I need to do and tell it to me quickly and easily so I don't have to keep doing it. The way we have to make changes is first, it's like through the 7 Secrets to Fab, and it's actually in my book, Marissa. It's in the book, The 7 Secrets to Fab, and I made a little bookmark. It's easier to share.
Nice.
Is what ends up happening is the first thing we need to do is acknowledge the fear and doubt. If you're doing something, you need to get out there and be aware you're doing it. Like you're not picking up the phone. Well, what's preventing you from picking up the phone? What if you did pick up the phone? You know, it might, well, what if they say no? Well, so if they say no, it means that's great. You have somewhere to go. You go to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Or the other thing is taking inventory of life's lessons. You know, I always find it interesting because I had a client who came to me. She wasn't very successful in her own home-based business for 15 years. And she came to me to work with me with Find to Fab. And she didn't come to me for business. She came to me personally because she had low self-esteem. She had poor body image. She didn't know whether to say hello or hi to her kids. She was educated, so smart. But she was educated on health, and yet she was a size 12 dress size who was telling people how to lose weight. And she was bigger instead of losing.
Right.
And she came to me for this. And with working with her and acknowledging the fear and doubt, we found out it was about being accepted or rejected and being protected, you know, and then taking inventory of life's lessons as something happened to her when she was younger and she was taken advantage of by an uncle. And who would ever think that would affect your business? But it does, because now it's like, I have to protect myself. I have to protect myself so much. I have to homeschool my kids so they never get touched or hurt. And then I have to do this. And then I can never trust you, because if I trust you, you're going to take advantage of me too. So it became this thing that you're saying, well, I want to just get help in business.
Right.
You are your business. And if there is something in the way, you're not going to get there. When we removed all these blocks and we went through the breaking through the toxic meanings and emotions and all 7 of the things, remember, it was amazing what happened. She had released 6 dress sizes.
Wow.
6 dress sizes. She didn't come to me for that. She came to me for feeling like just poor self-esteem and body image, right? 6 dress sizes. Then all of a sudden she started feeling so great about herself. It improved her relationship with her kids, with her husband. And all of a sudden there was a business because she felt so good about herself. She wanted other people to feel good about themselves. And then she ended up working with me, and I have an NAP coaching academy teaching people the neurosciences of human psychology and everything from neuro-linguistic programming, neuroassociative conditioning, neuroassociative programming, and cognitive behavior therapies, everything. She says, I want to help people. I want to do what you do. Well, this is amazing. She got through this program, and it was a year program. She got through it. She made more this year than she did in 15 years combined being in her own business. Like, it was 700%. It was amazing. And people were like, well, what did she do? Well, we got rid of all the stuff that was sabotaging her and keeping her away from everything, where she kept thinking, it's the next tool. I'm going to go to a training. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to go to this training. I'm going to learn this. I'm like, no, we got to just get rid of all the other stuff that's keeping you from knowing you're already enough, from knowing you're already worthy, and you can do this now. You don't need to do this when this happens. You need to do this now. You have all the tools. And that was just, it was fascinating to watch. It really was. I mean, I have stories like this that just keep going on. They're like so cool. So cool.
That's amazing. So let's switch gears for a minute. And maybe this is not really switching gears. One of the things that you work with your clients on is what you call stinking thinking. Can you explain what this is and how we're doing this without even recognizing it?
You know, the idea is that your mind hears everything you say, and a lot of times we don't even realize we're doing it, like you said. And, you know, we might turn around and maybe you did something great, but instead of celebrating, oh my God, that's awesome, I did so good, you might be the one saying, you know, I can't believe I got this wrong. And you look for what's wrong instead of what's right, right? And then all of a sudden, all you see is all the things you do wrong, and it perpetuates. And then you'll say, well, I don't say these things to other people. They don't know what I'm thinking. But yeah, it does. It's like saying, you know, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I get this? Or this should have been this way, and I got this wrong. And we start focusing on it, and that little dot, that tiny thing gets bigger, 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 and that's all you can see. And here's what happens. And I think it's so brilliant how our brain works. The unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction. So if you tell it something often enough, it believes it to be true. So if you keep saying, I'm really not good at talking to people, I'm really not good at computers, I'm not good at technology, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at this, right? And all of a sudden, your brain doesn't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. It says, oh, she doesn't think she's good at this. Let me give her more instances to prove she's right, because then she'll feel good, because she's right. So it goes, okay, let me give you more proof. So then
of course it does.
You're always feeling bad, and you go, well, why am I always feeling bad? And when I started studying all this, I was fascinated because it takes 20 positive statements to counteract 1 negative. So if you say, oh, I'm so stupid, I can't get this, you're right. Because you already brainwashed yourself to believe that to be true, even though it's probably not. But you made it your reality, so your perception becomes your reality. So if you're saying 1 bad thing to yourself, you need to say 20 positive things to yourself to counteract it.
Right.
Right? So
Wow. Oh my gosh. I love how you explain that, right? Because, you know, we all find ourselves saying things like that. And we don't, it's not that we're trying to be mean to ourselves or trying to say something bad about ourselves. We just nonchalantly say these things
Right.
and not realize that this is having an impact on our ability to do the things that we're wanting to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
It's insidious. It's totally insidious in how this shows up in our lives.
that's crazy. So you talk to women about getting lost on social media, in food, in booze, and sex, and spending, and thinking that you need to know more, do more, be more, all of those types of things, right? To make us feel good in the moment. How is it that all these things that make us feel good in the moment actually hurt us in the long run?
You know, it's that immediate gratification. So what happens is they talk about good habits and bad habits. You know, there are good habits that when you do it, you feel better in that, you might not feel good in that moment, but you'll feel better later. So
Right.
a good habit might be exercising, right? It's a little bit of work and you might not love it all the time at the beginning, but then at the results you feel, this is great. I love this, right?
Right.
Or eating healthy, you know, maybe you wanted that banana nut cake or something, but you did
Right.
something healthy. And in that moment, it wasn't like that's not really wanted, but you feel really good after. A
Yeah.
bad habit is when you go ahead and you're doing something and it gives you immediate gratification, but later you feel bad.
Yeah.
So getting lost on social media and thinking, okay, I'm going to watch everybody's post, or I'm thinking I'm doing something by posting, and realizing that the real studies that show where the real business is coming from is still belly to belly, people to people, us
Yep.
talking like we are, having conversations. If we can't be belly to belly, it's still face to face.
Yeah.
And connecting with people and thinking, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing all this stuff. Or maybe you turn around and outside you're looking for these relationships and you're looking to connect with people and you don't feel like you're being connected. So you might use food or alcohol to feel connected to yourself.
Mm.
And you might not think you're doing anything bad, but I always want to share with you, and this is important for you to understand, is what we do privately shows up publicly. So I'll say it again, what we do privately shows up publicly. So if you're eating and bonbons and watching TV every night, and then all of a sudden you're growing, you think nobody notices, you can't hide that.
Right.
If you're drinking and everything else, you'll start seeing it in your body. A glass of wine a day is equivalent to 5 pounds a month. So you'll start gaining weight and then wonder why you're gaining weight. What you do privately shows up publicly. You
Yeah.
keep spending and then you have debt. Or you're spending your time on social media and you don't have money if you're not doing it properly, because you're just really getting lost in all the posts and all the other stuff and there's no strategy behind it.
Right.
So being aware that we do things to fill an immediate void just to feel better now,
Mm-hmm.
also letting us stay in fine, which is what I used to feel, which was effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Just fine. Like, how are you doing? I'm fine. Yeah. I'm wasting away here. I'm
Right.
fine. And I realized that a lot of women, as brilliant as they are, I feel like it's the overachievers that do that to themselves and they sabotage themselves. And some of the reasons I believe, Marissa, is because they have so many options, they can do so many things that they do nothing.
Right.
You know?
Analysis paralysis. You don't know what to do because it's too much.
Absolutely.
Overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk a minute about kind of how to flip that switch, right?
Yeah.
So we talked a moment ago about the unconscious mind not really knowing the difference between fact and fiction. We've talked about the ways that we bury ourselves in all these busy activities, but we're not really tackling the thing we need to be doing to move ourselves forward. How do we flip that switch so that we feel like, okay, we really are enough. We really do have what it takes. We really can do this. We really do love ourselves and we're ready to go out there and tackle the world. How do we apply that?
Well, I love that last part with what you said. It really begins with us learning to fly, which to me means first love yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to love yourself where you're at, not when I get more information, not when I digested every webinar there is here. I could already start taking action with what I have. It's not when I lose 20 pounds and I can fit into that outfit I always wanted to fit into.
Right.
It's learning to fly immediately and then going through the 7 secrets, meaning, acknowledging the fear and doubt, taking inventory of life's lessons, breaking through toxic meanings and emotions, breaking the trance, and all the stuff that you need to do that follows it. And then also understanding that once you get through these processes, you need to actually practice peace, gratitude, and celebrate, because there's a whole process that we go through, just like grieving, there's a whole series of things that we go through to break our cycle. We've been programmed at an early age to believe certain things, and 55% of our programs were formed by the time we're 5 years old by well-meaning teachers, preachers, and guardians.
Yeah.
And people need to realize that if you really want to create those changes, you already built it on a faulty foundation because they told you about the Easter Bunny. They might have lied about other things too.
Yeah.
We need to be able to change the programs from what we've told ourselves and create new ones and install a new operating system, so to speak.
Yeah. And I love that you call it a new operating system, because it really is a new way of doing things and a new way of thinking. So I know we are going to dive much, much deeper into this topic in the next interview. And unfortunately, we're coming to the end of this one.
Wow.
And I don't feel like we've been talking long enough yet. But is there anything else that we need to know right now about overcoming sabotage to build our business?
Well, it starts with making, choosing you as a priority, knowing you're already fabulous, awesome, beautiful, looking for what's good, not what's right, asking yourself better questions, taking the steps you need to make sure, asking yourself questions of, is this productive or is this filling a void? What is it I need to do to go further? And connect with me and help you get to the next step, I think is one of the parts.
Wonderful. And that's going to be my next question. How can people reach out to you if they want to really kind of dive into this conversation a little deeper? If they want to access some of your resources, perhaps work with you, how can they reach out to you?
Awesome. Well, I have a couple of gifts for you just for being here. And what you can do is, yes, we have, you can go to 7secretstofab.com, and it's on the bottom of the site. And you can actually, the number 7, and you can go and watch a webinar on the 7 Secrets to Fab and overcoming self-sabotage. And you also can request a private consultation with me. And I'm going to make this really specific. Only fill out a request if you're ready to invest in yourself and you're ready to create change. It's a $750 value, and I will do a discovery call with you and see if and how I can help. And the link is below, and it's findtofab.com/request.
Yeah.
And I'll look forward to helping you get everything you're looking for and to achieve all you can be.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the knowledge and information you've shared with us today. Guys, click on those links below this video. You will find those resources and also all of the ways in which you can reach out to Lisa. Take advantage of what she's teaching you today so that you can move away from self-sabotage and really start to build and up-level your business. So if you were part of that All Access Pass, stick around, because I am going to be diving much, much deeper with Lisa into this concept of overcoming this self-sabotage so that we can build our businesses. If you have not yet grabbed that All Access Pass, click on the link below and it'll take you directly to the page so you can locate that right now. Not only are you going to get all these live sessions that you're watching right now, but you'll also get every single one of these deeper dives that I'm doing with every one of our speakers. You do not want to miss this one, guys. Lisa, thank you so much for being here. This has been an amazing opportunity to just learn from you. And guys, we will see you in the All Access Pass. Bye, everyone.